he made friends with a family who has a pool with a heater, and they turn it up really high. And so the pool temperature was like 90 degrees. And it was like 80 yesterday, so it was fine. Hi, bye. Oh, he was talking to Louise. Hi, Jax. Which team? What team? Harmless is threatening to send me a jersey, which if that's true and if it arrives, again, until the jersey's in my hand, I'm not a fan of anything. It's a New Jersey Devils, I think. Let me look at the photo. It's what I would guess. That's the New Jersey Devils, right? It looks like it. We will see. And I believe that would make me a bandwagon, wouldn't it? But again, I don't care, so here we are. Is that allowed? Will Micah be providing guidance when it comes time to select a hockey team? Only if he provides a jersey. The international rules of jersey selection are just that you have to be a fan for life of the team that you first get a jersey for. So first baseball jersey, although to be fair, there is a picture of me as a child wearing is it Chicago White Sox? I think it's a White Sox jersey, but I'm not positive. Shrug. Anyway. Okay, envelopes. Because I don't know what to do with the donation goal right now and everything is a little weird in my head and you know how I get, I have decided to allow you to select your envelope of choice, but I don't think that these are correct. Let me just double check really quickly. Housing, mortgage, utilities, entertainment. We can call that entertainment. Income. What does income mean? Wedding, January, February, March, Black Friday. Ooh, that would be fun. Maybe I'll do that later. Okay, well, I guess entertainment makes sense. I'll use that sticker because it's pretty. So my theory was, boop, entertainment. Let me find a Sharpie. Disney spending. What was the other one that I was thinking of? I'll just use this one. Kids. There you go. Boop. I hadn't gotten this all the way thought out, so you're just going to have to go with me. Go Mariners! Indeed, go Mariners. They're playing the Texans today. The Texans. And if they sweep, then they'll be the top of the AL West, which is exciting and means something that I definitely know what it is. Okay, so that amount right there, $5.46 after PayPal fees comes out to exactly $5 to put into an envelope of your choice. The envelopes are entertainment, kids, and Disney spending. So basically, I will write your name with $5 on a little piece of paper and put it in the envelope, and then when I go to put the money out, I will put it in its correct funds. So you can tell me what you want to do with it of these three envelopes which are available. So this is kid money, which is like anything that the kids really want to do. For example, getting, I can't think of something that doesn't have its own envelope right now. My brain is exploding. End of school presents for their teachers that they want to buy that they never told me about, that I never budgeted for. And they're like, oh my God, all the kids are getting Mrs. Wilhelm a thing. And I'm like, I don't even know. Anyway, that is that envelope. This is Disney spending money. This is entertainment money, meaning like you can put it toward, this will go for like whatever we're doing on the weekend. It'll be fun, right? There you go. Pick an envelope. Idle thought. You have $5 to put in an envelope. Pick your envelope, my friend. I need to get a piece of paper for each envelope. Okay. Choose your own envelope adventure. A child cannot consent to a legally binding contract, so no childhood sports jerseys. Childhood sports jerseys are not lifelong commitments. That's what I thought. Entertainment, please. Got you. Idle thought. $5. Boop. Does this fit in here cleanly, or do I need to like cut off a bit of it? I think I have to cut off a bit of it because it's sized for money, not pieces of paper. There you go. There, envelope system. Who's excited? You get to participate in my crazy. There you go. I'll move those off to the side. And I will berate anyone. Oh, please also only donate $5 at a time or less. That's the plan. That way I don't have to feel bad about it. Kid envelope is for Keepy Uppy supplies. Kids of all ages love a good game of Keepy Uppy. We actually don't have any Keepy Uppy supplies right now, but also things that we don't have include a sprinkler for the yard. We break it every year. Somehow I managed to break a sprinkler every year. Is that normal? Does everyone else break a sprinkler every year, or is that just me? Anywho, that only matters for kids. We don't have any water balloons. We don't have any, like, well, we have Otter Pops right now. You know, like, this is all the kids' summer stuff. Just, you put it in that envelope if you want that. Anyway, hello, Alex of Ohio. Fun fact, Nintendo used to own the Mariners. Not actually. The guy who owns Nintendo owned part of the Mariners, and he didnn't understand what he had purchased.
Even up the envelope.
Oh my gosh, Idle Thought. You're defeating the purpose of the... Okay. Idle Thought. $5. Idle Thought. $5. There you go. All the envelopes are even now. And now I have to put their little markers in them. I was going to go and see if I could find, like, play money, because I thought that would be fun to do, but it's kind of silly. Okay. All right, so the kid envelope has $5 in it. And the Disney spending money envelope has $5 in it. If you think of a different envelope that I didn't think of that we should do, we'll do that. Was there a DSI app to order food from the Mariners Stadium? There's a DSI app to order food from the Mariners Stadium. Oh, I don't think that it'll get all the way to Indiana. That doesn't seem likely. Do they still make those fun flower-shaped sprinklers? I don't know. I usually buy the like round one, you know, like it's just like a piece of plastic that's molded and has little holes in it, and then you hook it to your thing and that's it. But every year the kids like fight each other with it and then smash it into a curb somewhere. It's a lot. Desserts kind of falls under entertainment in my mind. Like, I'm thinking the entertainment fund is like what we have to spend on the weekend to do something fun. That's my theory. Chat, she's missing the bunny envelope. There's nothing in it, but it simply exists. Do you need me to send you some money, Bunny? I can send you some money if you need me to. Walking snacks envelope. Churros, pineapples, pears. That's not a what? That's the Disney spending. That's the Disney spending envelope. Right here. See, that's an envelope already. That exists. Bunny, how are you feeling? I was thinking of you today as I doused my hair with dry shampoo because I was not about to shower again today. Trunk snacks envelope. You guys are monsters. Okay, so what we are making today is something that you've all had a million times as children. I'm sure. It involves gummy worms, Oreo cookies, and baking cocoa. I already have what it is in the title, but a lot of you don't read the title, so who knows. Bunny is not good, but that is okay. Not every day can be good. Bunny, I'm thinking of you. Is your dad okay? Text me later. Also, Jersey en route ETA in time for Game 4. When is Game 4? Alexa, when is Game 4?
On November 2nd, 2022, in Game 4 of the World Series, the Houston Astros beat the Philadelphia Phillies 5-0.
That was exactly the wrong information.
3 p.m.
We need an envelope for farmers market streams, also an envelope for foiled wrapped chocolate coins to use as $5 tokens in the other envelopes, as well as the foiled wrapped chocolate coins envelope, because as always, it's turtles all the way down. Oh, let me see if I can find another envelope, because you're right, we do need a farmers market envelope. Please hold. Oh man, I only have one envelope left, and it's my envelope that holds all the credit cards we're not allowed to have in our hands ever. It's okay, they can just sit in the drawer. They don't really technically need an envelope. Okay. Envelope. I have these things on the wrong side, by the way. These are like over where they will connect to the thing, not where they will be easily seen. Where did I put that strip? There it is. Is there a farmer's market button in here? There's one that says vacation. I should have used that for Disney. Oh well, I'll fix it later. No, I don't have, there is no farmer's market one. So I'm gonna put farmer's market on this one. There, choose your own adventure, envelope adventure. with budgeting. Hey, Twitch donations now with middle class budgeting. Enjoy. What time is game 4? When is game 4? Game 4, Thursday, May 9th. Oh, I haven't changed my calendar for the week. I don't know what day it is. What? Tuesday, May 9th. Not Thursday, May 9th. Oh, you said Tuesday, May 9th. That's tomorrow. Did you overnight in Jersey, you psychopath? You're a silly, silly person. Oh my gosh, the Stanley Cup. Can I tell you our family's current Stanley Cup plot line? I'm not going to call it drama, but it's definitely a plot line. So you may have noticed I was yelling about the Stanley Cups in the Discord the other day and how annoyed I was because there was this situation. One of the kids was acting up and being kind of rude and obnoxious. Later sent me a note that said, hey, I'm sorry about my behavior. I'm just kind of up in my feelings right now. This is a paraphrase. Kind of up in my feelings right now. All the girls in class went out together and got new Stanley Cups and left me out. And I was just in a mood about it. I'm sorry. And so I was like, freaking Stanley Cups, because I've already complained that like one of my kids who's far too young for status symbols, in my opinion, but apparently not in reality, has also started kvetching about the Stanley Cup and how all the girls in her grade are getting them and blah, blah, blah. And they're bringing their mom's Stanley Cups to school. And I'm like, oh, for frick's sake, yada, yada, yada. I'm not spending $70 on a cup. You can buy them for $35 directly from the Stanley website, or if you get them at like Dick's Sporting Goods, you can get them for $35. It's just you don't always have the right color, right? The right color is an issue. Anywho, Friar Nick, in his infinite kindness and delight, was somehow gifted a Stanley Cup from his RCIA group the day after I was complaining about this. And he was like, hey, would your child like this Stanley Cup? And I was like, yes, she would. And she was very excited about said Stanley Cup. We're excited for it to get here. Very much excitement about the Stanley Cup coming from our priest friend. Love it so much. And then this weekend, the child receiving said Stanley Cup. So the kid who's getting the Stanley Cup. Now, most of you know who this is, but I don't want to like put her on blast in case her friends are listening or find the stream or whatever. The kid receiving the Stanley Cup says, don't you think other kid who wants a Stanley Cup is going to be really sad about the fact that I'm getting a Stanley Cup? Because the kid who's getting the Stanley Cup has never openly verbalized it other than in that message where they were like, I'm feeling left out. But that was directly to me and not to the whole family. So one kid is verbal about the fact that they would like a Stanley Cup, and this other kid would like one but is quiet about it. So this kid is the one who was getting the Stanley Cup. And she was like, don't you think that this kid is going to be like, what the heck? And Luis and I were like, oh, crap. And Luis said, wait a minute. I have a $20 coupon to Dick's Sporting Goods because we have like a reward system. And every time you buy shoes from there, they give you points and then you get coupons, et cetera, et cetera. So we had a $20 coupon to Dick's Sporting Goods. And this child who's getting the Stanley Cup said, I will go pick out one for this child that will be socially appropriate, because we probably would have brought the bright orange one and we would have been wrong. So we went and spent $17 on a second Stanley Cup for this child. So this child picks it out for this child and gives it to this child. And this child is now obsessed with the freaking Stanley Cup. Every 2 minutes. Has anyone seen my Stanley? Where's my Stanley? It's my Stanley over there? Please don't touch my Stanley. Oh my gosh, there's a mark on my Stanley. Like, it's every 10 seconds. It's so annoying. So I've started naming all of my cups things other than Stanley. So whenever, like, I have one that Gamer Muscles gave me that has the Good Egg logo thing on it. And every time I'm like, has anyone seen Carl? Where's Carl? Is Dave over there? Like, we're just calling the cups all sorts of names. It's a lot of fun. Might be able to get them direct from China for only $16, 6 at a time. Yes! I thought the Stanley Cup was what you win when you complete in the Stanley Parable. Yeah, I don't know. Oh, wait, Parabla. I don't know what we're saying. Anywho, we're not talking about hockey, are we? No, we're talking about the Stanley Cup. I would show it to you, except it's at school being a status symbol right now. So we're having a Stanley Cup playoff Thunderdome deathmatch. 5 kids enter. 1 child gets the Stanley Cup. Tough on dirt, gentle on carpet. Stanley Steamer gets your home cleaner. Indeed it does. Now Micah needs an actual Stanley Cup hockey version. You know that in a short while, it will be Mary's. Carl! Indeed. I would think that the Stanley hammer or measuring tape would be more useful. Well, so I badly wanted Matt, the child who was feeling left out, having not had one, but wasn't verbalizing it. Hold on. Let me see if I can find it. I'm using the wrong term. Please hold. I have to Google it because I'm using the wrong term. Okay, wait, here we go. This is what I wanted to get her. This is what I think of when I think of Stanley's, is this thing. I don't know where the rest of you are, but like when somebody says, I have a Stanley insulated thermal container, this is what I think of, like construction workers and guys going fishing. Like that's what I think of. And it's really odd that somehow this old man brand has become something fancy. But I was trying to convince that child that we should get one of those and that she should take it to school and screw the top off of it and just maintain eye contact with whoever's snotty while pouring black coffee and just drinking out of this. I thought it would be hilarious. She didn't think it was funny. Anyway, yes. Twist ending, that one child would be Mary. Never bet against Mary. Yeah. Hot coffee for weeks. Well, so Friar Nick, can I tell you something, but you can't ever repeat it to the kid in question? Like, she's a good egg. We're going to just acknowledge the good eggery here. Okay, please don't be offended. She's so excited about the Stanley Cup. She's like, this is going to be so great. I'm so excited. And she's like, what color is it? And I was like, oh, it's black. He's a priest. And she's like, okay. That's great. And then after she realized that the other kid is going to want one, she got her a cream colored one, which is far more socially acceptable. And she's really trying not to be disappointed that hers is black. So she's like, I'm so glad. It's so nice. Like she just keeps saying, he's so nice. That was so nice of him. I'm so grateful. I'm like, it's the wrong color. It's the wrong color. I mean, I knew that. So sorry. What are you going to do? It's nothing you can do. If I get another Dick's Sporting Goods coupon and I can go get one that's the right color, I'll be like, hey, you want to trade me? But I'm not going to spend $35 on a cup. I don't understand what's so great about this cup. Okay, here's the thing. Uki and anyone listening, I acknowledge that there are some name brand things that work better. Bounty paper towels work better. It is what it is. Good toilet paper works better. And I'm even willing to say that there are certain insulated stainless steel, I think, cups that work better. Like, you know, I've never used a Stanley, but I'm confident it works well. Like it keeps the ice cold and the drinks hot. I'm confident it does that. Yetis, same thing. The problem, and the thermoflask does the same, or hydroflask. The hydroflask does the same thing. I grant, they do it well. That's fine. But we need to pick a freaking lane, okay? Like if the argument is, I only bought this thing because it does its job well, you cannot reasonably switch from hydroflask to Yeti to Stanley every 6 months and claim that it's for anything other than aesthetics and status symbol. That's that. Like if you have a Yeti already, it's not reasonable for you to be fussing about a whatever. Anyway, name brand Ben's work better. Sometimes they do. Oh my gosh, what is this? Sell the black one on eBay. Use the process to buy a cooler color one. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. What? Oh, that's funny. I could not convince any of my kids, and it's $91. I'm definitely not doing that, but definitely funny. Anyway, this is the Stanley Cup subplot that's going in my house right now. And if I get another, before the new school year, I will have a $20 coupon to Dick's Sporting Goods because I have to buy shoes for all the kids for the new school year, and that usually results in a good amount of money.
Hola.
Hola. I was thinking about you this weekend, Infamous. I haven't seen you in a while. I miss you. I hope you're well. Where's your stinking board? Bam! Bam! You are one of us. Okay, we've been chatting for a long time. I should start making food. Oh, but first I have to clear off this counter because we had to do the dishes this morning. And so they're all stacked right here, which is sort of an inconvenient place to have them stacked, if we're being honest. Yikes. Hi, Dix. Dick's sporting goods. Dick's. I feel like I gotta go to Stanley now for the stats. You do. I don't know if you heard, but you're not cool. It's so weird. They're dressing up as stay-at-home moms. The kids. Like, hold on. Where's that same family that I was talking about, that Holderness family? Let me see if I can find it. Here you go. That's what all the kids are dressing up as. It's very odd to me that like all the high school girls want to look like 40-year-old women. So weird to me. So weird. Like that. I mean, it is right and just that the adults should be the person that the kids want to look at or want to dress like, but it's super weird to me. You know, it's an inversion of the right order of things that adults should be trying to act like children. But children wanting to act like adults is brand new for me, so that's freaking weird to me. The suburban mom starter kit. That is still wet, so I'm just gonna move it over here really quickly. Ta-da! Boop. Okay. Dish drying rag. Live right there. Hi. Hello. Now they'll be walking around with butt rags and wait. I know, right? Have a stainless steel thermos brand water bottles and home invader basher. Oh my gosh, why can't I read? I have a stainless steel thermos brand water bottle and home invader basher. Excellent. I love the Holderness podcast and their book. Very uplifting. I didn't know they had a podcast or a book. I should look into that. They seem like very lovely people. Children trying to act like adults is new to you because you're still in your first teenager. No, like at some point in history, I've read a lot of books about this, which is weird. Like youth culture became huge. And I think it was in the 60s. Like youth culture became a big deal, like what the kids are up to, what the kids say these days, adults trying to be cool for the kids, you know, that kind of thing. That didn't used to be the norm. It used to be children were to be seen and not heard. Shut your mouth. I'm an adult. You go over there. You're like a subhuman, right? So like when we started to treat children better, we kind of inverted the order where we're like, now we want to be like you. And it's really weird. And so for whatever reason, the culture is being defined by the youth instead of the adults who have any idea what's going on in the world. And I'm wondering if this is flipping back now that women or that teenagers want to dress like 40-year-old women. Ah, the good old days. Puzzle. Yes. Why do they want to look like 40-year-old women? Goodness only knows. I haven't told you what we're doing. I told you to guess, and then I forgot to like follow up on that. So we're making worms in dirt, which is really not anything interesting. It's just chocolate pudding with crumbled. Oh man, really? You're not gonna let me redo it? Really? Really? Oh, come on. Chocolate pudding with Oreo cookie crumbles and gummy worms on top of it. It's like a fun after school snack. So I thought we could put it together for the kids. We're going to make the chocolate pudding from scratch. We're going to hope that this camera works. It's not going to work. Freaking A, man. Sorry. It just keeps happening. I'm not sure I know what a yuppie is. I blame the yuppies for that. Yippies. Half hippie, half yuppie. All sus. Exactly. That's exactly the thing. Hold on. I need to just do this really quick. Amazon.com. USB 3 extension cable. Yeah, 6.5 feet. No, I need longer than that. 6 feet. 20 feet seems excessive. Don't we all agree? There's only $15. 10 feet. Okay, it's 20 feet is cheaper than 10 feet, which is just bizarre to me. Why would that make sense? All right, we're gonna get that one. Proceed to checkout. We're getting a new extension cable because this is ridiculous. I can't keep doing this. Can't keep doing it. We will have it by tomorrow. We're not paying for overnight delivery. Don't be ridiculous. And we're going to use that, and we're going to pay with this, and we're going to place our order. There you go. Sally Field as the flying nun, or Sally Nun as you like me. You really like me. Can't cast shade as I'm walking around looking like a nearly 60-year-old man. Max is a nearly 60-year-old man, apparently. Okay, new cord is incoming. Hopefully we can use the thing anymore. Not sure I know what a yuppie is. Is it similar to a bubble guppy? It is similar to a bubble guppy. I don't remember what yuppie stands for. I feel like it meant something. I feel like it was an acronym, like DINKS. But yuppies are just like, oh, young, upwardly mobile professional. Is that it? Young, upwardly mobile professionals. So they're like the 20-year-olds who have way too much money. You're a yuppie, infamous. You're a yuppie. It's weird to be the same age as old people, right? So weird. My shade is cast much more accurate than just throwing. Excellent. Okay, perfect. All right, okay, jump to recipe. We're making chocolate pudding. You guys don't get to watch, though, because apparently that's just not working. You're a yuppie. Okay, before we go, before I get started, one of you needs to be in charge of making sure I do the things. I have to sew Millie's shirt and fold that basket of laundry. So while the pudding is cooling, sew the shirt, fold the laundry, okay? That's your job, is to remind me to do that. Also, just to cast... I don't even know what I was about to say just then. Okay. Okay, are we good? Are we good? Everything is good. All right, we're making chocolate pudding. This is pinned on the Discord, or on the Pinterest page. Homemade chocolate pudding. It's not very difficult. It's a lot like regular chocolate pudding, except it's homemade. I don't know. So we're just gonna do. There's not even eggs in this, so you really can't screw it up. It's made with cornstarch. So we've got cocoa, sugar, cornstarch, salt. We're going to do that, and we're going to whisk them in, and then we're going to heat it, and then we're just going to keep whisking it forever. And then when it's done, we're going to put in the butter and vanilla. Done and done. Cool? Cool. That's what we're doing. So let me get a medium pan. Which is down. There's always flour in my pans because I always cook things here. Sew the basket. Got it. Sew the basket of laundry. That's what I said, and I stick by it. It looks like I'm blue. I'm not blue. It's a weird color scheme going on here. Can I get you to look away? Look away. You're freaking me out. I thought we were putting the ingredients in the laundry basket. That sounds right. That sounds right. Okay. There, got it. Okay. This was on sale for a lot cheap. About this. No, I'm sorry. $4.99 was the price of the store brand baking cocoa. This one was on sale for $4.59. Take that, inflation. You only screwed me over a little bit because it used to be $3.99 for cocoa powder. Whatever. Stinking inflation. Laundry pudding. Laundry pudding. I found this service that cleans and folds laundry for $2 a pound. I have about 30 pounds of unmatched socks, so I feel I have ruined someone's day. They did find some matches though. That, if I had that, I honestly might even pay that. I'm not the kind of person who would generally pay for someone else to do my chores, but I had this basket of unmatched socks. I don't think it was 30 pounds, but they're almost all Luis's. He has so many unmatched socks. And I dumped them all out on the floor yesterday and was like, kids, help me find matches. And they helped, they each found like one match, but it was a full laundry basket, like an actual full set, not the little tiny ones that people in apartments use, but like the big one, full of socks. Oh gosh, it was awful. And then, so this morning, I finished pairing the last couple of pairs that I could find. There's still a little pile of like mismatched socks on the floor, and I am trying to decide whether or not I want to just throw them all away. Because I simply cannot with this. And they're almost all Luis's. Sounds like you just need to get in one color. So that's what I'm saying. Unmatched socks are just so ridiculous. They're so, it's such anxiety with relation to the freaking socks, man. That stupid basket of socks, it just ruins my day. Every day I looked at it, I was like, I'm a failure because of this basket of socks. Like, had these catastrophic thoughts that go through your head where you're like, someone should take my children away from me because I'm a bad person because I have so many socks unmatched. It was a little dramatic. I cleaned my bathroom instead of matching socks. See, I clean the bathroom every week. I cleaned the kids' bathroom last week. I always make one of them do it, but they do a really bad job. So last week I cleaned their bathroom for them. It was bad. There were 9 toothbrushes because I got toothbrushes at Costco and I put them so that like when you run out of toothbrush, there's extra toothbrushes, which is an advice I gave somebody last week. You should always have extra toothbrushes on hand. But when you have stinking rat children, your stinking rat children will be like, somebody's in the bathroom, so I have to get an entirely new toothbrush to brush my teeth because someone's in the bathroom and I certainly couldn't wait 10 minutes or less. It's ridiculous. This is the part of mom's gotta get. Sorry, something stuck in my head all day now. I also kind of want to get make a decal for the Stanley Cup that Friar Nick is sending, like with a shiny vinyl, like silver vinyl with an outline of Stanley from The Office's face, because that seems funny to me. Okay, I need 4 cups of milk. These ones are all cleansed. I always buy 2 left socks because it's cheaper. Nice. Instead of throwing them away, break out your sewing basket, turn the orphan socks into hand puppets and sell them on eBay. You can use, the money to pay for the Disney trip. This is true. I could do that. I'm not sure how many people are, well, first of all, we're not using eBay anymore, but I'm not sure how many people are buying sock puppets, but we're supposed to be having a garage sale. We were going to have it this last weekend, but then our neighborhood association got together and decided that they were going to, what was I going to say? Do a neighborhood garage sale. Excuse me. On the 19th and 20th. I don't know what weekend that is. Next weekend. Not this coming weekend, but the weekend after. Hi, Skullbone. Pretty sure there's a gremlin that steals 1 sock out of every pair at night. I think so, too. I agree with that assessment. Either that or my husband is just, well, my kids just throw their socks everywhere. But Luis generally keeps his in the bedroom somewhere. You know, you would think. All right, we're mixing all this together. Now, here's the thing. If you're ever making this and you're about to freak out and lose your mind, this is also the reason why making chocolate milk with cocoa powder doesn't work, because cocoa powder is hydrophobic. Is that the right word? Yeah, where it's afraid of liquids. Like it doesn't mix in well. So when you put in the cold milk, the cocoa won't stir in. So if were ever a kid and you were like, we don't have any more Nestle Quick, I want to make cocoa powder, I want to make hot chocolate with cocoa powder. You see, you've got these like weird bubbles instead of the cocoa mixing in because it's hydrophobic. It won't mix in until it's hot. You have to heat it. When you heat it, then the fat in the cocoa will melt and bond with the liquid and it will mix together. But currently, not going to happen. Okay? As it stands right now. So I'm going to put this guy over here where you would be able to see it if the other thing wasn't messed up. But it is. And so I suppose there's no use crying about it. Look, you would be looking at it right now. But for the broken camera thingy. Act like a nun and beat the kids with a ruler. There's no way you remember any period in history when nuns beat children. There's just no way. You're younger than me, and they haven't done it in decades. Solo socks can be repurposed as wiener warmers, kind of like a mini sleeping bag. I have a lot of questions regarding slippage. Is there like something holding it on there? Or like, do you need to see a doctor? There's a lot of questions going through my mind. Right? Are they baby socks? What are we doing here? I said Etsy, not eBay. Did you? Ugh, you know how I do that thing where the marketing would include the phrase, as seen on Luis Ruby, internet weirdos will pay good money to stick their sweaty hands into a socks pocket that was previously worn by Luis. It's a business model that cannot fail. I like where your head's at. Where did you get the Mariners jersey? It was mailed to me I am a Ken Griffey Jr. fan. You know what? I spent a lot of time this weekend looking stuff up about the Mariners because when I become a fan of something, I become a fan of it, okay? There is no Jeremy for the Mariners, which is really upsetting. I followed a couple of journalists. One of the guys seems okay, but like I've already seen him make 2 errors in his tweets, and I'm like, come on, man. What are you doing? I need you to be Jeremy. Anyway, I liked Ken Griffey Jr. I didn't really know anything about him in the 90s when everybody else did, but having read about him, he really loved his kids. His dad was like a big family guy and really loved his kids. And then they played a game together. They played several games together, and they had their only father-son back-to-back home runs in what is this? National NBA? No. What do you call the baseball? Shoot. MLB in MLB history. Thank you. Couldn't think of it. Sorry. Respect to Griffey, one of the greatest of all time. He's a good egg, right? He's just a good egg. So proud of him. So nice. And apparently his son, Griffey the Third, went to the U of A, where I went to school, where I went to college and played football. And so apparently Ken Griffey Jr. used to go to games all the time. And I didn't know that because his kid would be about my age, I think. Sweetest swing of all time. Indeed. I'm from Cincy. The Griffeys are golden here. Indeed. That's why I said we get along well with Reds fan because Griffey Sr. played for the Reds before he played for Seattle to play with his son. And then when his son, Griffey Jr., wanted a new contract, it was specifically because he wanted to go to Cincinnati to be close to family. He's just a family guy. He was like, hey, you could come play for, can't remember which team offered him something, but it wasn't, he got a big offer from another team. And he was like, no, thank you. I will only the only way I'm leaving is if I can go to the Reds. That's it. And other than that, I'm just going to retire. And that was really cute. And I liked it. I like it. Anyway, good eggs. Good eggs out there in Ohio. I know what people say about Ohio, but it's okay. Okay, putting stuff away. Oof. I need to get a little baggie out from up here. Got it. Need rolling pin. I get more side-eye when I wear my JJ Putz Mariners jersey. I don't know what that is. Oh my gosh. So Frid sent me this, good morning, go Cardinals, even though they're terrible so far this year. Is that a baseball team? Because no. Just no. How you like me now? God, I don't know. There's a lot of baseball teams, I feel like. Frid sent me this video that's like a history of the Seattle Mariners, and I love this team just on the basis of their weird history alone. Like, they started the documentary and was with SB Nation, which I feel like is somehow related to Jeremy as well. But they were like, the story of the Seattle Mariners begins the way that all great sports stories do, with a 144 acts of arson. And I was like, excellent. I love it. Let's go. And I can't remember the guy's name, but the name rang a bell. It was he was an anti-capitalist sometime in the 60s or 50s, something. Burnt down a bunch of buildings in Seattle. One of them was this stadium. They rebuilt the stadium on the promise that they were going to get a major league team. And then they didn't get the team. And then the Royals got him instead. And it was this whole thing, blah, blah, blah. Eventually they get this team called the Pilots, which I mentioned, within one season becomes the Milwaukee Brewers. And they're like, hey, baseball, give team. And so then they built a new stadium and they got the Mariners, and it was named by a guy who, they did a contest to name the team, and they were like, hey, submit your names, whatever you want. And this guy submits the name Mariners, and they're like, that's great, we're going to pick it. So they picked the Seattle Mariners as the team name. They're like, as a reward for naming the team, you get season tickets. Reach out to us. We'd love to give you your tickets. And the guy's like, crickets. Never found the guy, never got his tickets. Don't even know if he knows that they named the team whatever he suggested. He probably died. Whatever. John Boyce made that video. He's very good. It was funny. I liked it. And then they go on this whole thing, in the early years of the Mariners, there's nothing interesting. There's no big guy, no big celebrity guys, no great seasons. They barely ever broke 500, which I now know what that means because I Googled it. Yada, yada, yada. They had a team manager who people like to screw with. And so they were at a game one night, and he had a two bathroom suite, the team manager did. And while he was gone, out of the room. Somebody from the team broke in and stole all the furniture, all of the pictures off the walls. Like, they took everything out of the room and stuffed it in one of the bathrooms. Like, the bed was in the bathroom, the desk was in the bathroom, all the chairs were in the bathroom, and then the toilet was full of red Jell-O. And so we went into the other bathroom, and that toilet was also full of red Jell-O, just because they were bored and thought it was funny. Wait, did you watch the whole thing? Isn't it like 3 hours? I'm an hour and a half in. I got an hour and a half to go. I'm not done yet. But then there's this other thing. So like pranksters, you know, that's my thing. Team that never wins, that never been to the World Series and plays pranks. This is my kind of team. This is like in line with what I like to root for. But then also, you guys probably already know this because you pay more attention to sports than I do, but I just learned it. So go along with me as if this is the first time you're hearing it, okay? There was this guy in the 90s named Jay Buhler. Bueller? I'm going to go with Bueller. Don't remember how to pronounce that. Anywho, he had the ability to make himself vomit on command. Just could throw up whenever he wanted to. And you know that scene from Goonies where he's like, and then he started throwing up, and then I started throwing up. Apparently there was this one time in the 90s when he was in the outfield, made himself vomit just for fun, and the two other guys in the outfield, who were Ken Griffey Jr. and somebody else I can't think of, were sympathetic vomiters, both started vomiting because he did, and so they're all in the outfield throwing up at the same time because it's funny. For no other reason. I love it. It made me laugh. It made me laugh a lot. You should watch this. Anyway, since we're all Mariners fans now, go watch and giggle at the silliness that is the early years Seattle Mariners before the 90s. Okay, look, we're gonna crush some stuff. Who's excited? I didn't watch the whole thing, but I did watch a lot of hours of what's that called? The thing with the Lions last summer. So making a nice TV series about the team is a great way for me to learn to love a team. It's delightful. We're going to crush these so we can put them on the top of the stuff when we're ready to go. I got to go stir that real quick. Ooh. Probably should have stirred it a little earlier. My bad.
Best 40 months ever.
Whoa, who was that? Give me 1 second. Oof, oof, oof. Sorry, I let that go too long. Hey, Bad Wolf, how are you, girlfriend? Give me 1 second. I gotta stir this before it, it's all lumpy. Ah! I need a hand. Ah! Look, pudding. We may have to remake that because I kind of let it get too hot before I paid attention to it. We'll see if I can stir out the mess in here. Looks like I've made quite a mess. We gotta add in the vanilla and butter. We'll see if that helps. Ta-da! Sorry, Bad Wolf, I got distracted. How are you, friendo? What are you up to? Bam! Whoa, hello. Bam! Wrong way. We've been talking about you a lot lately because we're planning to come down to your neck of the woods. Okay. How much butter did I need? 2 tablespoons? Oh. All the butter knives are missing. How is that possible? Where are they putting the butter knives? There's one in here that shouldn't be in here. Hey. Ah! Who fell? It was idle thought. I knew it was going to happen eventually. Hi, hello. It's not chaos. It's just me being, bad at everything. Boop. You're in. Okay, and then I also need 2 teaspoons of vanilla. If you like quirky sports stories from the guy who made that, I highly recommend this one. It's my favorite, and I don't even like baseball. Can you send that to me in Discord so that I can find it later? Because currently it's, like, if I open it up right here on this computer, I'm going to take this computer down and put it in a closet later. So I'm not ever going to see it. I do like quirky sports stories, though. And I think you should know that about me if you don't already. Oof, this has a strong bourbon smell right now because I just used that bourbon vanilla in there. Eesh. darn it. I think I'm gonna have to redo this. Only because it's lumpy. Do you think that matters? I should taste it and see if it tastes okay. Or I could use an immersion blender and see if we can make it better. What do you think? Should we try do it again? Use an immersion blender or fire them? What? Second work training, new hair. I don't know. Is there so okay? Oh no, you can't come. You should fire that person. That's a great idea. Infamous has a plan. And it's a good plan. I agree. Okay, we're gonna do a immersion blender first. Try to say, okay, we're gonna do a poll. How to fix immersion blender. Keep stirring till arm falls off. New batch. Okay, there you go. Start poll. My theory, like the only thing that's really wrong here is that there's lumps in it because I let it go too long before I stirred it. And so it thickened before I had a chance to break up all of the clumps. And so I really think I could get it if I just stirred long enough, but an immersion blender would get it done faster. There's not like, the lumps are not from like eggs or anything because there are no eggs. It's just a failure of stirring because I was busy talking to you about the Mariners. So really this is probably Frid's fault. If I was blaming somebody, hand mixer is also an option. Which is easier to clean? Immersion blender. Immersion blender for sure. Okay, the vast majority of you are on team immersion blender, so we're going that route. Hello, sorry. Calm down, you. Yeah, hand mixer. I don't know why I have such like an issue with my hand mixer. I don't have an issue with it. It's just I don't like cleaning it. It's not even difficult to clean. Just something about it. Do you ever have those tasks that you're like, you know what? I just don't like doing it. It's not like it's hard. I just don't want to. Sending things to subrogation was that way for me at work in my old job. I hated sending things to subrogation. It wasn't hard. I just had to fill out a form. I hated doing it. Oh yeah, this is working. Good job, Team Immersion Blender. Yeah, what you're seeing there that looks like lumps is actually bubbles. In general, it's quite a bit smoother. There's a couple of like lumps still left on the side there where I probably should have skimmed it, but I didn't. So here we are. Now should we try it? Delightful. Sorry, these have been in the garage for like, I don't know, forever. So I put them in some soapy water, hot soapy water to start the stream out. Oh, here. They were clean when I put them away, but I just, is that all of them? Or did I get one more? No, these are all lids. Okay. They were clean when I put them away, but you know when you like have something in the garage for a long time, that gets all weird. Ooh, cordless hand mixer. Wow, you fancy. I have an immersion blender and I never use it. Schmoopy, I love my immersion blender. I don't know how you could not use it. It looks very chocolatey and quite puddingish. Great job. Thank you. Will that turn into more of a whipped pudding though? Gosh, I hope so, but no, it doesn't look like it. I would think it would if it had egg in it, but the only way that would work is if those bubbles stayed, like from when I go to put it into the fridge, because it's made with cornstarch. The temperature is vastly important in the thickness of it. So when it cools down, it'll get thicker, basically. And I will have already stirred all of those bubbles out of it by then. Because we're going to put it in these little tiny guys.
Hey, Mom.
Hey, babe.
Can I squirt in there?
That's not a square. What is that?
Can I circle, please? Mom.
You want circle, please?
There.
How did you know that those were there?
This one.
Yeah, baby.
I don't think I'm gonna throw up again. I just think my stomach really hurts.
Okay.
Thank
That
you.
medicine stopped the throwing up.
Well, that's good. Mary, are you okay? Chat would like to know if you're okay, Mary. Are you okay?
Okay.
She's
Mom,
okay.
can I have an Oreo?
Vomit Boy wants an Oreo?
One Oreo? You think that's gonna make me vomit?
Nothing made you vomit earlier, so yeah. It's not an absurd, thought.
It's not true, Mom.
You can have an Oreo if you want one. Just make sure that you get to the bathroom before you throw up.
I am. The only reason I didn't is that Millie locked the bathroom door.
There you go. Yes, Merritt is sick. Sick little guy. Living his sick little life. Being sick. Hold on, I'm trying to find my little ladle thing that would probably be easier for this. It's a suburban mom, so cute. She not only talks, she says stuff. I know, she talks so good now. She does. She talks very, very well. Speaks well. She says things. She's got, ideas. It's really weird. Every now and then she'll say things that we've never heard her say before, which is like a strange... obviously, at some point in your life, you had to start saying things that you had never said before, but it's just kind of weird to watch it happen,
Is this quiet enough?
Yep. Lana, we might end up with some bubbles in here because they didn't completely pop out when I dropped that in there. Boop. Ow. Reflex is contrary to swallowing. Yuck. I hope you feel better soon, Merritt. I know. You can have an Oreo, but just make sure you get to the bathroom before you throw up. So goes another endorsement. Sorry, Oreo. It's not that we don't love you. We do love you. It's just that he's vomiting right now.
Only vomited 3 times.
You know how many more times I vomit, or less times than that I vomited today? I vomited 0 times.
At least I'm not vomiting every second.
It is true. Like what kind of stuff? Well, I don't know. She's not saying anything interesting right now. What's up, baby?
I want another one.
You want another one?
Another one. I want another one. I want this another one.
You say hi, Infamous?
Hi, Miss. How are you? Hi, Mark. Hi, Mark.
She said, how are you? Sorry, I'm just licking my fingers like I
Hi,
don't even
Mark.
care.
Hi, Mark.
Skullbone says that you're adorable. Hey. Tried to take like 10 of them. 1. What do you say?
Thank you.
You're welcome. Last night I said we should store condiments in our cheek pouches so that they're right there when we need them. I'm pretty sure neither I nor anyone else has said that previously. Did you say that out loud? Were you with someone or were you alone in your apartment? Because I have questions. Not judgments, by the way, because I constantly talk to myself when I'm alone. So, who am I to judge? I wasn't sure how many little containers this would fill, so I have a lot of them. I think I might have one too many. Maybe not, though. Maybe not, though. Ow. New and wonderful partial words that we haven't worked on. Things like animal sounds that I've been working on with her. Nope. Oh my gosh. There's a girl in Millie's class named Kitty. Kathleen is her real name, but everybody calls her Kitty. And So whenever Millie's trying to get her to say hi to her friends, she's like, can you say hi, Maisie? And Mary will say, hi, Maisie. And she'll say, can you say hi, Brinkley? And she'll say, hi, Binkley. And she'll say, can you say hi, Kitty? And she'll say, meow. It's really funny. What are we talking about? $7 million bull rider. Hey, Chops, that is cool. Merritt kind of taught himself to read. It was really freaky.
What do you mean taught myself?
Do you remember in kindergarten when you went home because of COVID?
Yeah.
And then when you left school, you had one reading level. And then your teacher was like, his reading level has improved so much. What have you been doing with him? And I said, he's been playing a lot of Animal Crossing. No more.
One more.
You don't need more.
That's one. That's one.
I know it's one. You don't need it.
On this way.
No more Oreos.
One more Oreos.
No.
One more Oreos.
Sorry, only when chat gives 700 bits.
I want more Oreos. Mom, punchies.
Don't give a...
Punchies.
Cheese?
Cheese.
Yeah, I can give you some cheese.
Get it better.
What noise is that? Okay, we only have the sharp cheddar left. We're out of Colby Jack.
What? No, that.
Orange cheese.
Orange cheese?
Mm-hmm.
Orange. Orange. A turkey silver.
There you go.
Orange.
Okay, go back to your bed, to your lives, citizens.
I want turkey.
No, it's not lunchtime yet.
I want turkey.
I know you want turkey, but it's not lunchtime yet, so you're gonna have to wait.
I want turkey.
Sorry, you're gonna have to wait. It's not lunchtime. Got better from Twitch chat. Interesting. It helps to be able to read. I would say my reading has probably gotten worse from Twitch chat, but I'm not sure. Meh. I want to be able to like bury these in ice water so that they set up quickly. I need the lids to do that. It's lunchtime here. Can I have turkey? No, Quark. Get your own lunch turkey. Hey, Merritt, can you run out to the garage and get me another small lid with a ring? I'm not actually canning this, so I'm reusing the lids. Kanara would tell me that I'm a bad person. I'm sure. Well, she wouldn't say bad person, but this is not meant for like actual canning. This is just for having a lid on it. I should get those plastic lids, but I don't know how. And I think I'm one short. Wit. Yeah, I just need one lid with a ring for the small bottles.
I don't know what.
This thing. Yep, those. For storage, it's fine. Yeah, that's what I thought. Did they get to go in the fun bathtub? No. These were, because this was made on the stove, it's not like the stuff that we've made in the, what's it called? That's usually made with egg. That's why the sous vide is better. If it's made with egg, then you don't end up curdling the egg on accident because it's so gradual and gentle. The pace at which it gets cold. One second. Suburban mom so cute. It's gonna be stuck in my head all day. Just one. Well, I only need one.
It's on the floor.
There you go. We've got pudding on ice. Thanks, Mawit. Where did it go?
It's on the boards.
Huh? No, I need the little cat thing too.
I couldn't find any of those.
That seems unlikely to be true. But I love you, so I'm just gonna let it go. We'll just use some of our nice Roselli press and seal wrap, and that'll be the example one. Okay? Okay. We'll all just be happy with that. They might seal just from the heating and cooling sucking it down. I doubt it. It wasn't that hot.
Chloe,
I'd be surprised if it did.
Chloe,
Yeah, babe.
Chloe.
What's up, baby? Mary's yelling at me, but then not answering me. Like, they're just barely above body temperature right now, touching it like this, so